Now, so what you have to press, you have to press shift mode. Now, this one, can you see a shift button here? You press shift, then you press your mode over here. Then you will see this MCL mode, and you see all there, correct? You select all. Okay, the all there, it means reset all. So you press 3, you will get this thing, reset all. Now, so once you reset all, you press equal. Then you will, of course, you press on again. Then you will get D. Okay, then you will get D already. Okay, so what is D? D means degree. We are doing angles. Okay, so the R thing, the G thing, don't care about it. Okay, it's not in our syllabus up to Form 5 also. Okay, don't have to care about that. Okay, now, so of course, if let's say you are using a different calculator, which is 570, okay, 570, is this your one? Okay, now, so let me see. Yours is 570 MS or what? Can you type it to me? Olympia, is it? EX. Okay, EX in a while, I'll show you. Okay, now, so now, what you do is, if let's say you are using this calculator, right? Now, that will be easier. So what you do is, you can press shift. Okay, you press shift. Okay, then you press mode. Okay, you press mode, you will get this page where there is a what? There is a word degree there. Can you see that? DEG. Okay, DEG, you press number 3. So the moment when you press number 3, right? Then you will get D again. Okay, then you will get D. So make sure you get D first before I start. Because if let's say you get different angles, right? That will be a big problem already, because that's not our syllabus. Our syllabus is with D. D means degree. Okay, then if you're using the latest one, this is the latest one, the Changge. Okay, so that will be easier. You press menu. Okay, you press menu 1. Then you will go back to D. Okay, so Jawan, can you check that? Menu D, then you will get already. Okay, so can okay, everyone. So that will be how to convert back to D. Okay, so once you get a D, that will be very fine for a calculator. You can freely use it for your trigonometry already. So now, number 2. So we will start off with some basic, okay? Make sure everybody is okay with it, because there is new students over here. Okay, new students. So I scared you might not go through chapter 5 yet. Probably, I'm not sure. And of course, some of the students from other forms, okay, they are kind of weak on this particular part. So I promise them that we will do a little bit of basic before we go into the hard one, okay? Because our main focus is on HOTS question today. Okay, so just now we used roughly like 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes to clear off our basics, and then the rest of the roughly 30 minutes plus, we will solve our HOTS question one by one. Okay, now so number 1. Number 1 done already. Okay, number 2, I want you to put here PT. So the next thing that you need to know before we start trigonometry is your PT. Okay, what is PT? Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now so I will write the Pythagoras theorem out, okay, as in the formula. Okay, so you start writing with me, a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. That's a Form 1 final chapter. Okay, a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. Okay, and right after this, a squared plus b squared equals to c squared, the next thing comes in already, The next thing will be, since we are doing a Form 3 syllabus, what I need you to do is, I need to do it faster. So I'll be asking you a few very simple questions. You answer me in a while, okay, in your chats. So make sure everybody participate. Okay, what's the purpose of live class? The purpose of live class is to make sure you ask me questions. Then I can respond to your what's it called? Your questions as well. Okay, now so first of all, I will draw a right angle triangle, a very small one, and I will label this as A, B, and C. Okay, in Form 3, we don't write that detailed one. We want to write it very fast. Just like one line, it represents the working, then the next working, it becomes your answer already. So my question is, if I'm going to get my C answer, okay, now you don't have to type the square root, the square, anything to me. You just tell me, if I want to get the C, I have to plus or minus my A and B. Plus or minus. You just have to type that for me only. Easy, right? Okay. One student get wrong. Okay, the rest of it, okay. So be careful when you look at the question. And of course, I can straight away tell you that, sorry, C is the longest line, right? Longest line means your hypotenuse, everyone. Right, not? So if let's say C is the longest one, you want to get the C is the longest one. You want to get the longest one. You have to get both the shorter one to plus it together. Okay, you need to plus it together. Okay, so when you plus it, be careful with the detail. Because I say you don't have to press the detail for me, right? So I will write the detail for you. So write it together. So in form 3, we will skip everything and straight away write square root a squared plus b squared. So just now I asked you to put a plus there only, right? So make sure you know this thing. To get the C answer, you have to square root a squared plus with b squared. Okay? And let me ask you again now, what is your C? Okay, what we indicate C as? Hypotenuse. Or maybe some of you might pronounce it as hypotenuse. Anything, okay? As long as you know that's the longest straight line. Okay? Now, so next, for A, okay, A and B, I want you to write it yourself. You don't have to type it for me. You don't have to type it for me. Okay? I mean, you don't have to type the, you don't have to type the whole thing to me. You just have to write it yourself. Okay, so A equals to what, B equals to what. You write it yourself, then I will reveal the answer, then you check. Okay, so write the quick solution, the quick formula out yourself. You don't have to type to me, just write it on your paper. So these are the starting part, okay? These are all the things that you need to know before we start our trigonometries. Okay, so now you answer me. Can you tell me A and B, okay, which is the shorter one, you have to plus or minus to get the answer. It's not obvious, right? Okay, to get the C longest one, you have to plus. To get A or maybe B, which is the shorter one, you have to minus. Okay, you have to minus. So the first one, you have to get the longer one, which is what? C, you minus off B. And then to get your B answer, you have to get C minus off the A. That will be your important shortcut to get the answer. But I believe during Form 2, you already know how to write all these workings already. If you don't know, then now you know. Okay? Now, so quickly, solve one question for me using your calculator. You don't have to type the whole thing for me. I want the final answer only. Okay? You type it using your calculator. Make sure you put your brackets, everything. Okay? Now, so I'll be drawing one extra question. You don't have to draw it. This one is just to test your basics. Okay? And you type the final answer for me. Okay. So that's my 17.8 cm. And that's my 12.4 cm. Get me the X answer. I want the final answer in 2 decimal points. Make sure you round off. Okay, very good. So far, everyone is correct. If you don't know how to get the answer, of course you have to type it and let me know so I can do more like further explanation. Okay, so make sure everybody is with me. Hi, everybody, 姐姐，不对哦。Meeting you have to check your answer. Who can also you have to check your answer. And another one, who's it? Let me see. Yes. Nicholas Point, don't play a fool. Your level different one, you tell me you don't know how to do. Okay. Now, so everyone, your answer is X equals to square root, you plus or minus. 17.8 is the longer one, correct? Right? So quite obvious that you have to minus. So when you minus, you get 17.8 square minus 12.4 square. So of course, the standard one, okay? So I press everything to my calculator, and just to remind everyone, because some students might get negative answer, okay? So they don't dare to type it out. Now, so let me show you something. Let's say you are using this calculator, the very, very old version one, okay? My year of Form 4, Form 5, 20 years ago, I used this, okay? So what you do is, you have to press square root. Can you see the square root lines are so short? So make sure you open bracket, 17.8 square minus 12.4 square. You close it with bracket, you see? So I open bracket. I open bracket and I ends with, you see I ends with a bracket, sorry. Show you 0.4 square close bracket. You see I ends with a bracket. Okay, so of course, next you have to press your equal lah. So once you press your equal, make sure 2 decimal point, 12.77. Because your third decimal point is 0. 2 decimal point, minimum requirement, cm, and that will be your answer already. Okay, can? So that will be the starting part of your Pythagoras, okay, before we go into, starting part of your trigonometry, okay, before we go into the trigonometry part. Okay, Pythagoras, okay, next, okay, now we officially go into the basic of your trigonometry. Okay, so now, number 3, trigonometry. So over here, what I do is I will be providing 2 examples. Right after the 2 examples, then we will shoot up to our HOTS question. Okay, and of course, HOTS question, I will start off with the easy one, the PT3 level one, then eventually go into school level, and then SPM level. Okay, I put some SPM level over here for you to try out. And just now the previous class, I let them try out SPM question. A few of them can do it. Okay, so it means it's possible for lower standard students to solve SPM questions. Okay, of course, I have to guide you with the correct methods. Okay, I give you some hints, everything, then you can solve it already. Okay, so we slowly go into that level. Okay, now as for trigonometry, check this out. Now, we have 3 parts that we have to memorize. Okay, but before that, okay, let me ask you, you let me know in your chats. Can you tell me Pythagoras theorem? Okay, we know it's for right angle triangle, that one very obvious. Okay, Pythagoras theorem, it's for right angle triangle. And my question is, the a squared plus b squared equals to c squared, it helps you in getting the what? There's a title, your a, your b, your c represents the what? Okay, so your Pythagoras theorem allows you to get the what only. This is important. Allows you to get the what only. Very good. Okay, so far everyone is correct. I think I'll keep on talk about trigonometry. Then it's correct. Okay, come more. I need more replies. Okay, now so let me tell you. So Pythagoras theorem, it's for you to solve length. And see, common sense. Okay, I know you know what is that, but I still have to mention it. A, B, and C, it represents how many slots? 3 slots. And in order to get any of your C, A, or maybe B answer, you need how many length information? 2. Okay, so you notice that in order to solve your, let's say you want to solve your C, you need to get A and B length. You get what I mean? This one is like something which is kind of like common sense, but you notice that I'm saying something where it's a statement, right? So I straightway tell you what is that. Okay, so in order to get your A, you need to get your C and B information. Is it okay if I get 1 information and it allows me to get 2 unknowns? Not possible. Only if I have 2 equations, then yes, but no. So we are talking about one formula there only, right? So you need 2 informations. Okay, so this one you know already. Pythagoras theorem is to solve length, and you need 2 length information to solve the third one. Okay, the one I put it aside. So now comes into trigonometry. So when you come to trigonometry, that's how I memorize it. Okay, so I put it this way. So I memorize your trigonometry like this. You put tua. Okay, I teach you a Hokkien now. Okay, so I teach you Hokkien. So tua, ka, so. Okay, in Hokkien, tua ka so means what? Okay, let me draw this auntie for you. Okay, so tua ka so means 1 auntie. Okay, 1 auntie with a very big, okay, very big foot leg lah. Okay, I can say leg lah. Okay, now so that's called tua ka so. Okay, so that's the one, tua ka so. Now so this tua ka and so, right? Okay, I'll put it on top. Okay, put here TOACAHSOH. Now slowly, for students that you didn't go through trigonometry before, see. Now so the first thing is you have to memorize this initial tua ka so. Okay, TOACAHSOH. So why do I memorize these initials here? That's the formula to each of the trigonometry names. Okay. Now, so what is this T thing, S thing, and C thing indicates? All right. Look at your calculator. Okay, let me admit one student in first. Okay, so as you can see in your calculator, right, there is this sine, cos, tan there. Can you see that? Sine, cos, and tan. That's the one. So your T over here, okay, so I'll write down the whole thing now. So your T over here, it means tangent. So I put a TAN there. So TAN, tan, is the short form to tangent. Okay, it's the short form to tangent. Okay, then the next thing comes in already. The next thing will be C means your cos, or maybe in other words, we name it as cosine. Okay, the full name of it. Then of course you have sine. Maybe some of you might pronounce as sin. Okay, sine means S-I-N-E, the correct name. So these will be the short names. Okay, sine, cos, and tan. Okay, tangent, cosine. Okay, now so that will be your T, C, and S. And what about your O, A, AH, and OH? All these things, I will show it to you now. Now, so everyone, so what I do next is, now see, I will be drawing another separate right angle triangle right beside this empty. Okay, now see, so everyone, so over here, I'll place an angle. Okay, what I do next is, I will place one extra symbol, and you tell me what this is. Okay, this symbol, we name it as theta. Okay, so can you tell me theta represents what? Okay, come. Theta represents what? Can you type it for me? Okay, very good. It represents the angle. Okay, represents the degree. Okay, very good. Now, so of course you have to know it's an unknown that represents angle. Okay, so everybody knows that. Okay, next. So next we have to go into what? Go into our OA, our AH, our OH. What are they? So we have to start out with theta. And by the way, your theta can be placed over here as well. It depends on the question. So for my case, right, can you see I put the theta on top? Then I will use the top part theta to continue with my opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So it's okay to place it below. It depends on the question. Okay, so see where the question places a theta at. Okay, theta means a particular angle. It's just that I don't have the angle, so I put a theta symbol there. Okay, so now continue with the identifying part. Okay, now, so based on your theta's point of view, this opposite line is the opposite. Okay, the opposite line is the opposite. So I put there, that's the opposite. OPPOSITE. So I put an O there. Okay, so as you can see, based on your tuaka, so there's O there. O means opposite. Okay, next, which one is your H? H means hypotenuse, the longest straight line in your right angle triangle. So which one is the longest straight line? Here lah, hypotenuse. Okay, that's your H. And of course, you have your remaining A. So what is A lah? We name it as adjacent. Okay, adjacent. So that will be the remainder, the adjacent. Okay, the adjacent. So I put an A there, or maybe some of you might want to remember it this way. Okay, so that will be the line where, okay, there's the where the angle where you place the angle there. Of course, the other line you cannot select already. That will be the hypotenuse, right? So the other line, it shows the adjacent. Okay, so that will be how you determine your adjacent, hypotenuse, opposite. So everyone, for those that you need this revision, right, you have to make sure you know how to decide your opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent. Okay, so I will come up with a separate question, but you don't draw this. Okay, the next one you don't draw. Okay, the next one I draw this. You don't draw this. Okay, now I will place one angle here, which is angle X. Okay, I'm not using theta, I use X. I want you to label the initial for me only, as in which one is the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, all those things. Okay, so I want you to type it to me in this format. Number 1, what's the answer? Number 2, what's the answer? Number 3, what's the answer? Okay, wait. Of course, you put the initial can ready, OAH can ready. So this is number 1, number 2, and number 3. So can you type it for me? What is number 1, what is number 2, and what is number 3? Okay, so that's why I say, anyhow, I will do some basic, because some of you might say, teacher, I know all these things already. I know. Okay, anyhow, that's a revision. That's why we have to start a bit of it to make sure everybody is on par. Okay, you know how to do before I go into the question straight away. Okay. I will give you some time to answer and don't worry. Okay, you can you can just spend some time reading it, okay, and type out the answer. I need everybody to participate, right? That's why I'll wait for you. Okay, very good. So I'll type out, I'll write down the answers first. So based on X, okay, based on X, hypotenuse is the most obvious one, number 3, right? And based on X, opposite is the next obvious one, directly just across of it, right? So that will be opposite, which is the first one. And of course, the remainder will be A lah. Okay, next question. Okay, next question. I'll be using a different color. You type it to me again. So if I place this as angle theta, okay, tell me, if let's say I change the angle position, what happened to your 1, 2, 3? Is the same answer or different answer? Okay, come you type it to me 1, 2, 3. That's why again, okay, I always say this thing, when I teach a particular thing, I always go baby steps. Okay, I want everybody to be in the same level before we go into our HOTS questions. Who's this? Well, not bad. This student can do. Nice. Okay, so just now a lot of students they can do the HOTS question really. Okay, good. So far, the answer that I get, everybody get the same thing. Very good. Okay, one student walking, 1 and 2 exchange. Very nice. Okay, so let me tell you what's the answer. Very obvious, right? So number 3 is still your H law, and number 2 becomes your opposite, and then your number 1 becomes the adjacent. Fantastic. Okay, so this one, normal lah, we know already. Okay, so that's why I say these are the starting basics. Okay, now let's go into it. So we continue with our formula. So it will be tangent theta equals to opposite over adjacent. This will be cos theta equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, and sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so write out all these things. That's why you see, you can see here, we memorize it as SOH, sine, opposite, hypotenuse. Then CAH, you have your cos, adjacent, and hypotenuse, all these things. These are the initials. That's how we memorize it. Okay, I believe some of the teacher, they use the same memorizing skill as well, because there will be like two different ways to memorize only. It's either they name it as Tua Kaso, or maybe they name it as Soka Tua. It's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. Now, so next, so once we know all the formula, okay, in case student want to ask teacher, why is the name called tangent? Why is the name called cosine? It's just like how you get your name from your parents. Your parents want to name your name as a particular name, right? Let's say, why is my name Liang Jun? Right? Because my father named it as Liang Jun. So same thing, why is it sine cos tan? Because the mathematician named it as sine cos tan. Okay, so that's only a name. So every particular name, there is a what? There is a fixed formula. Then you have to follow a tangent theta equals to opposite adjacent, cos equals to adjacent, hypotenuse, all these things. So it's the formula. Okay, so there is a name that easier for us to recognize. Okay, now let's go into how to solve the question. And now you need to answer me the next question really. Now the next question comes in. We know theta is the angle. We know OA, AH, OH, all these things, it shows the length. And there is a total of 2 lengths given there, right? So the next thing comes in. Can you tell me, okay, of course, you know there is angle and length over here. It means trigonometry allows you to solve either angle or length. This one you know. Obvious one, because the formula there is 2 things. There's angle, there's length. But my question to you is, in order to solve angle, you need how many length information? This one is simple, right? To solve angle, you need how many length information? Very obvious. It's 2 length, right? This one everybody know. To solve angle, you need 2 length. So it means you have to detach your 2 length, then you put it into the formula, then you'll be able to solve it. Okay, next question comes in. Next question. Okay, you can stop on the replying part already. Okay, now, to solve your angle, you need 2 length. Okay, to solve your length, what you need in trigonometry? Some of you might say, solve length, go Pythagoras theorem. I know, okay, but if let's say we are talking about trigonometry, I want to solve length, one length of what you need. What you need. Can Chang not complete enough? You need another one? Not complete enough. So far, the rest correct. Okay, your answer is correct. Okay, I need response from everybody here, okay, because now it's like 10 plus student reply only. I need more, then Ken Chang correct already. Okay, you need two information. So what's the two information? You need one angle. Chun Jun cannot. To solve the length, you need one angle and one length. Let me circle and show everybody here. Now, so let's say I want to solve one of the length. Let's say I use tangent now. Okay, let's say I use tangent. Okay, so let's say I want to solve the opposite. You will need one angle and one adjacent length. Let's say I want to solve hypotenuse. You need one angle and one adjacent length. Do you understand? That's the meaning. Okay, so I repeat the one last time. To solve your angle, you need two lengths. It's in the formula written there. To solve one of the length, you need one angle and one length. So now I will go into the question and show you how I solve it. Okay, so how you solve the question, I will draw it right by the side. Okay, right by the side over here. Now follow me. Two questions only. Okay, that's the first question. I will place this as 15.8 cm. Okay, 15.8 cm. Okay, so this 15.8 cm, I give it to you as a question. And over here, I place it as 53 degrees. And that's a X and that's a Y. Okay, that's a X and that's a Y. Okay, now, so be careful. Now, of course, some of you know how to do already. You can complete the X and Y. But for those that you are not so sure, follow me. Not so sure, follow me. Okay, a bit not sure, so you have to follow me. Okay, I will explain it one more time. So, of course, I want everybody to answer me this. You have X, Y as the unknown. You have 15.8 cm. You have 53 degrees as the angle. Is it possible for you to use Pythagoras theorem to solve any of your X and Y now? Okay, so thank you. Okay, quick response. Now, why cannot? The answer is no. You cannot use Pythagoras theorem. Why no? You have to think. You know that, okay? Because you have to be the teacher. You be the teacher, then you become very, very pro. Okay, when you understand all those things. Very good. Okay, now, so yes, but the response is too slow, okay? Because there's only like 10 plus student reply only, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 student reply only, okay? Not good enough. I need more response, okay? The purpose of live class is to respond, and I know whether you know or not. Okay, now so why cannot use Pythagoras theorem? Because there is only one length given. In order to solve using Pythagoras theorem, any of the length you want to find, you need minimum requirement 2 length, but there is only one, cannot. So it means we have to go for another choice. Another choice will be trigonometry. Okay, so you have to think this way, you know, whenever you do any of a question where it involves right angle triangle, the first 2 chapters that pop out in your mind, right angle triangle, you have to pop out Pythagoras theorem and trigonometry. So in this case, Pythagoras theorem cannot, then you out. Then you go for another one called trigonometry. Okay, so very good. A big number of students, they can get answer already. So I will go into how to solve X then solve Y. Okay, I will solve X then solve Y for you. Okay, to solve the X, anyhow, since we are using trigonometry now, I have to categorize every single thing. So let me do the categorizing first. Okay, now, first, you are solving length, everybody. It means you need one angle and one length. Do you have it? Yes, I have one angle, which is the so-called theta, is already replaced with 53 degrees. Okay, and of course, one length done already. Do you have one angle info done already? Do you have another length information? Yes, we have our opposite. So my next question is, you think about it, you don't have to answer me. Which sine cos tan formula there is an O inside the formula. Which one there is an O there? Obviously tangent or maybe sine, because these are the two formula where there is O inside, isn't it? So since we are solving it using alphabetic order, let's say I want to solve my x first, I will go this side. And now x represents what? Oh, x represents what? Yes, it represents the A. So which one you will use? You will use sine, cos, tan, which one? Because just now initially I already say you have to use something with the O. And now it matches with the A. So O and A you have to go for tangent. That's how we decide. You cannot say like, oh, today I feel like using cos. Can I use cos? Cannot. You have to decide using the info. Okay, you have to decide using info. That's why they give you 3 formulas here to mix and match. Okay, so let me write the workings right at the bottom of it. So tangent is the one that we are using. Tangent 53 degrees. Okay, tangent 53 degrees equals to opposite over what hypotenuse, crazy. Okay, your adjacent, which is x. Okay, everyone, be careful with the linear equation steps. See this, check this out. First thing, take your calculator. Okay, the first thing you do is you want to solve your x, you have to move your single fractions, divide over, and you will get tangent 53 times x equals to 15.8. Normal this one, okay, linear equation. And now x equals to times, move it to the other side, you divide it. This is what you get. Then you have to press 15.8 divide, or maybe you can put fraction, tangent 53. Then you will get 2 decimal point minimum, 11.91 cm. That's how you get your length. Okay? Next. Okay, before I continue with the next one, for students that you newly join in, okay, for this free revision class, any question you want to ask me before I continue with the next one? Okay, don't worry, because the chat is already off to, you can send a message to me only. So only I can see your message. That's why you can't see any replying in the chats. So I can see your message only. So anything that you don't know, whatever things that you want to tell me, okay, teacher, I'm weak in maths, can you help me or what? Type to me if you want. Okay, only I can see it. So if let's say you are okay, you type a W. You're not okay, of course, you type more things for me, okay? So I give you a few seconds. Yes, you must put sine cos tan before the angle, because that will be the relevant what's it called? Formula that we are using, okay, to solve it. Because calculator, they already preset all the sine cos tan answer ratio for you. So sine cos tan is a very crucial thing. Okay, now so I continue with the explanation because one of the students asked me about this sine cos tan thing. Okay, I continue with the next one. Why I have to place 2 decimal points? That's only a minimum requirement. You can put more than that. You can put 3, you can put 4, but minimum in your exam is 2. Okay, now can of course don't put 1 decimal point. That will be too little already. So minimum requirement is 2. Remember that. Okay, now everyone, I want to solve A now. What A? I want to solve Y. Okay, I want to solve Y now. Okay, to solve the Y, everyone, do you notice we have x 11.91 already? Okay, so let me suggest you 11.91, 15.8. Hey, we have 2 length already. So can I use Pythagoras theorem to solve my Y? The answer is yes. Yes. But the problem is, because some of you might say no. Okay, yes is because theoretically it's correct, because we need 2 length to solve Y, right? But for me, not recommended. Okay, reason being your 11.91 supposed to be this long. 11.90615399 is not accurate enough. Very good. Okay, so in order to solve your Y, I'm not using Pythagoras. I will go back to my trigonometry using the given original information from the question, 53 degrees and 15.8. So I'll be using opposite, match with my hypotenuse, and now I will go for what? I will go for what? I'll go for SOH, S-O-H, sign. Okay, sign up, so sign up. So I'll be writing the workings over here using blue color. Sine 53 degrees equals to 15.8 over y. And you do the linear equation. Okay, the linear equation comes in already. So divide, move here, sine 53 times y equals to 15.8. Y equals to 15.8 divide by sine 53. Then you take your calculator. You type it lah. 15.8 divide by sine 53. Your answer comes out 19.73 cm. Okay. So far, okay? You are okay? You type a W. You are not okay, of course, you spam me with questions. Okay, because I'm going into the next part, solving angle. Then we will heat up to our HOTS question, level 1 HOTS question. Okay, wait, somebody typed me a very long thing just now. Oh, you Kip Loon, win already, are you? Cannot use Pythagoras theorem because dangerous. And the answer might be plus minus 0.01. The answer wrong already, so use sine theta. Wow, pro people. Not bad, not bad. Correct. Wow, can become teacher already. Eh. Okay, so anyone else, like any questions? Okay, so I'll move to the next one already. Let me see, who is this? Janita, is there any question you want to ask me? No, right? So everyone, I will go into our final explanation, then I will go into the questions already. Okay, so make sure don't be shy in asking. Okay, if you let's say you want to ask me questions, right? Don't worry, I won't read your name. Only if you do it correctly, then I'll read your name. Okay, everybody can praise you. If you don't know, I won't read your name. Except for Nicholas, play around, then I'll use your name. Okay, now everyone. So don't be shy. Okay, don't be shy. Okay, now our final explanation, okay, where this thing, okay, talks about how to get the angle. Okay, these are the basic thing, okay. So let me show you now, okay, right, Fongge, you see how we solve it, So now I'll be placing this as X. You can put X, the examiner want to put theta also can, they want to put A also can, up to them. So I want to put X, okay. And that's a 10, that's a 6, that's a W. And W, everybody know lah, Pythagoras theorem, but I don't want you to put find W, that one too easy already. Okay, don't do this. Everybody knows, it's a Pythagoras theorem. So the question is, to get the X, what we have to do. Anyhow, let me ask you again. Simple question, you can answer me easily on. X is an angle. To solve angle, what you need. You don't tell me the sine cos tan thing, you just tell me what you need. To solve angle, I know we have to use trigonometry, very obvious already, because trigonometry is the only thing that we can use to solve angle, not Pythagoras. So what you need? Very good. Everybody comment me the correct answer. You need length. And you need 2 of them. Numbers, yes, the numbers that I give you. Okay, the numbers that I give you, correct. Now, so to get the answer, we categorize first. Okay, categorize first. So opposite do, sorry, I use a different color, easier to recognize. So opposite, opposite no need lah, so I put a big cross already. Okay, so now we move into another one. So what is your 6, the adjacent, and your 10 is the hypotenuse, right? So the next question for you, sine cos tan, which one? Oh, easy, right? A and H, what you will use are. If you don't know how to decide, don't be shy. Just tell me. I can just let you know one more time. Okay, so be careful. Be careful. You want to solve your angle X, because I'm not using O. I'm using AH, right? So you go to the top and you search for anything with A and H. So one of the students get wrong. Okay, so can you check again and type me the answer again? So if let's say any of you, correct, very good. So you do correction to your answer already. I answer Kelly Tong for a while. If because Kelly asked about this thing, 11 point, then you have to put 11.54 because the third one is only 4. So you don't have to add 1 to it. Okay, it's just like your normal primary round off, same thing. Okay, provided if the third one is a 5 or more than that, then you have to add 1. Okay, did I answer your question? Okay, so let's say you need my explanation again later, you tell me. Okay, so I move to the next one first. Okay, so everyone, we are using cos, right? So I'll be writing cos x equals to 6/10. Be careful, we are solving angle. So to solve the angle, we will do this thing. We will eliminate the cos by pressing this. X equals to cos -1. How you press, how you press, okay, how you press cos -1. Okay, you take your calculator, you press shift, then you press cos, and you will get a -1 by the side of it. Can you see that? So make sure you have that because you are eliminating the cos. You are not bringing to the other side, okay? So if you bring to the other side, some of you might say, teacher, I divide. No such thing. Okay, you have to eliminate. Okay, so shift cos 6/10. So type it with bracket. So let me show you what's the meaning of bracket. For me, I will prefer student to put a bracket just in case, because sometimes different calculators have different modes. So better I ask student to press brackets. Sorry, 6/10. So that's the meaning of bracket, you see. So open bracket, then close bracket. Better that way, okay, better. So after you press it, what's your answer? Ta-da! 53.13, 2 decimal point, 53.13 degrees. Okay, for this class, right, I won't be going too deep on the detail like some of your teacher might say, teacher, I want to make it into minutes. My teacher say I need to do that. So I'm not telling you that, okay? So that one, if you need extra, you let me know in WhatsApp. I show you how. Okay, so my main thing is to make sure you know how to handle the question using trigonometry skill. Okay, so you get your answer 53.13 already. As for minutes, if your teacher need it, let me know in WhatsApp. In normal class, I told you that already. Okay, I'm done. Any questions? If you are okay, you type a W. If you're not okay, spam me with your questions. Okay, because now I'm going to our HOTS question. Oh, Nicholas, you need CPR. Come, you come my house. I show you CPR. Okay, how about the rest? Okay, let me answer one of the question. Why we need to change cos to cos -1? Okay. This is a mode for us to find angle. Okay, so for our syllabus, right, I will just explain this way. To solve our angle, we need to eliminate the cos. We have to take away the cos from the x. So to take away the cos, we have to press shift cos. Okay, if not, if let's say we are solving length, for example, can you see, let's say for this case, when we are solving length, your tangent, they attach together with the angle. If let's say they attach together, we can still press tangent 53 to get the answer. But if let's say we don't have any angle attached to it, right, we have to take the cos away. Then we have to press shift cos to take it away. So that's the explanation. And this shift cos applies to angle only. Okay, applies to angle only. Did I answer your question? Okay, cool. Now, so everyone, I didn't get a response for you don't know, so probably you are very good in this basic already. Okay, so if let's say very good, then we will boom to our first level very cheap HOTS question. Okay, so I will start out with, okay, for this class, I will use a different example. Okay, so question 10, let's say. Okay, we use question 10. So for question 10, Okay, I will give you some time. Probably I'll give you a 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You do the reading, everything, and you try to solve it. After 2 minutes, okay, I will reveal the answer and I will explain how to do it. So now you can challenge it first. So you notice that I didn't go into basic. Okay, basic done already, and the explanation there. In our normal class, I do very detailed basics. I do so many examples with you. Suppose you are very strong on it. So today revision, I'll just do one example of basic, then I go into the questions. So now, HOTS question number 1, question 10. Okay, come, try. Okay, meanwhile, since I'm waiting for see whether you can solve the question or not, question do ask me, okay? So I'll give you a 2-3 minutes, so I'll be waiting here. Trigonometry applies to right angle triangle only. So if let's say you notice that a particular question, there is no right angle triangle, then what you have to do? You have to draw lines. That's the first hint to everyone. Okay, you have to draw lines. Yes, Kit Lun, correct. Okay. So Arif, okay not? So any question, everybody spam me, okay? So I'm here not to teach, I'm here to teach and solve your problem. Of course, not to spoon feed, okay? Not to spoon feed. Yeah, remember yesterday I said the same thing, right? I say my job is not to teach. Jawan, you sure you form 1? So far, 2 students send me answer already. The 2 students get the same answer. Serious? Then did you learn trigonometry before? You're from which school? Catholic. Then you're from? 1, 2, 3, 4 students. 6 students get the correct answer. Let me see. Kotwei, you have to check. WQ, you have to check. 7 students get the same answer already. Hi. Catholic in Cebu. Cebu got Catholic high school, man. Serious? Then how you know me? Oh, 진짜? 왜, 야, Cebu got Catholic high school, ne? Form 1? Wow, 勁啊! Then Cebu Catholic High School, it's a SMJK or it's a private school? I thought Catholic High School, Malacca and PJ got only. Ui, Cebu also got. Wow, not bad, not bad. Okay. Then do you learn this before? Trigonometry, or you learn it now? Oh, learn before. Okay, come, everyone. So there is more and more students getting the answer already, which is very good. Okay, so let me show you how I get the answer, then we move to the next level already. Okay, this one, very obvious that you see there is no right angle triangle, correct? So you will go right to the top. I assume that you read already, so I straight away go into the picture. You go right to the top, you drop a dotted line down, whoa, you get right angle triangle. Okay, so once you get a right angle triangle, the only part where you can start with is your part A over here. There is two triangles here, right? Two right angle triangles. So let me draw the first one out. For the first one, it's right over here. I assume that you read already, that's why I straight away go into the diagram. Okay, because I give you like quite some long time to read it. So there is a 66 degree, there's a 150 cm here. In order to reach our x degree, of course, you have to get this angle here lah. Or maybe you can put h lah, because there is a x there already, right? So I put h lah. I don't want h. Later you thought that's the hypotenuse. Maybe I put k lah. Okay, I put k lah. I put other unknowns. Okay, so your first working, what you have to do? Opposite hypotenuse. So O and H, what you will go for? Sine. Okay, sine. So sine 66 degrees equals to opposite K, hypotenuse 150, and everyone, be careful with your linear equations workings. Divide, move it to the other side, you multiply, and make sure you press sine 66 first. Sine 66, get the answer, which is 0.91355454, blah blah blah, a lot of things, and don't write it out. Okay, don't do that, because you write out, you might round off, because when you round off, it might affect your answer. So use the longest one. Okay, and then you multiply with 150, you will be getting, whoa, 137.03 cm. Now, everybody, listen carefully. You have your longest answer here. You have your longest answer here, you keep it. Keep it. Of course, you see that, you notice that K, I use 137.03 over there. Okay? But I'm using the longest one here. I'm keeping this. So I put it at the side, and I know this is 137.03. Okay? Now, I will draw my part B triangle. So my part B triangle, I have 137.03. I terpaksa have to use that because that's the only two length that I get. Okay? So I'm going to get the x now. Okay, everyone, what I'll be using to solve my x. I know I have to use trigonometry, but sine, cos, tan, which one I will use? So my next working comes in. I have to use opposite. I have to use x to redecide again, I have to use opposite, opposite and hypotenuse. So it will be sine again. So sine x degree equals to, be extra careful, everyone. Opposite 13. 137.03 over 140. Everybody. Now see, do you notice? Okay, sorry, listen. Just now we kept our answer 137 point blah blah blah, the longest one with us. Use this to continue. Okay, don't use the decimal point because it's not accurate enough. So use this one and you divide. Okay, you divide by 140. You will get a new answer here. And this new answer, don't write. Don't write. You see what I do first. Okay, you know you have to divide. So don't write. So this is what you do. Follow me. Okay, just now one of the students asked about the -1 thing, right? So I show you one more time. You want to get the x. Now you have to eliminate the sign. You have to move it to the other side by writing sine -1. Or for me, right, I'll be saying this all the way. Shift sign. Shift sign is the way on how you press on your calculator. Okay, shift sign 137.03 over 140. Okay, now some of you might ask, teacher, what's the correct way to mention it? I believe your school teacher will say inverse sign. Okay, sine -1, inverse sign, anti-sign. Okay, there are so many ways that your teacher will mention it. Okay, I will say shift sign to remind you on how to press. Okay, so now you write the proper workings there already. So to get the final answer, see here, check this out. Everyone, see this? Just now I press the longest decimal point divided by 140 already. I get this answer, and now I press shift sign answer. You see. shift sign answer. I use the answer just now, the longest one. Then I press equal. Then, my answer comes out already, 78.18 degrees. Okay, some of you might want to say this thing, teacher, I use the 137.03 divided by 140, then I shift sign the answer, same thing. Okay, what for you going to do those decimal point? This one is to show you what? When you slowly reach to your Form 4 and Form 5, I'm talking about Form 4 and Form 5. Form 3, level very low. Okay? When you move up to Form 4 and Form 5, your Add Maths and whatever harder chapters, right? Physics even, you have plenty of decimal point in your sign cos standard. Okay, even other chapters you have to do a lot of decimal point. So in order to get the most accurate answer, a difference of 0.01 you will get wrong also. That's why it's better to use the original decimal point. Okay, so that's why I will make it a habit for you to make sure you always use the longest decimal point. Okay, so make sure you make it a habit, always use the longest one to continue. Of course, when you write, you put 2 decimal point as minimum, but you always type the longest one inside. Get it? Okay, get it, huh? So let's continue with our next level. Okay, next level comes in already. We still have another how many minutes here? 20 minutes. Maybe I will take like extra 5 minutes like this, okay? Maybe lah. So it depends on our timing, huh? Okay, everyone. And let me see, Okay, try this. Question 3. I want to see anyone can get this or not. Okay, so over here you notice that, by the way, these notes prepared by another tutor called Gabriel. Okay, another tutor called Gabriel. So Gabriel, come up with these notes, and she put another extra hint there. There's a SE word there, right? So the SE word, we name it as simultaneous equation. Okay, simultaneous equation means it involves 2 unknowns. Okay, so it's either want to use 2 unknowns to solve the question, or you want to use 1 unknown to solve. It's up to you. So see which one you are using. So for me later, I'll be using 1 unknown to solve. What do I mean by 1 unknown? It means there is missing information, and you have to think further on how to handle, okay, in order to get the height of the tree. Okay, this question is not a normal PT3 question. It's a question where I get it from Singapore book. Okay, Singapore book. But it's your syllabus. Because this thing involves Form 1 linear equations. That's why I put a simultaneous equation there. Right? So try this out. I give you a 2-3 minutes. You can get the answer, you type it out. Okay? You can get the answer, you type it out. If you cannot, it's fine. Okay, I will be showing you. By the way, the 6.25 answer is not accurate. So later I'll be using longest decimal point to continue. Okay, so you can try it now. Okay, try to brainstorm a bit. Okay, so come, you can try already. Okay, so it's good that we increase our level. SE means simultaneous equation. It means it's either you can solve using 2 unknowns, x, y, or maybe you can solve using 1 unknown, x. You have to place 1 unknown, or maybe 2 unknowns. Depends on how you solve it. Okay, or maybe you want to use like other methods to solve it, also can, up to you. So see how you do it. Okay. So just now I say that it's good that we come up with higher level questions, but relevant to syllabus. But of course, whether these kind of things will come out in your PT3 or not, I don't really think it will come out in PT3 lah. But you have to know, you don't have PT3, right? This year don't have PT3. So in order, if I'm not mistaken now, okay, in order to decide which stream for you to go, right, most probably school teacher, they will use what? Okay, they will use your school trial exam. And of course, school trial exam is one of the, compared to PT3, it will be, not to say slightly harder, okay, it will be way harder compared to PT3. You know that one, okay, PT3 is cannot, PT3. Last year, PT3 cannot, okay. Let me see, Kit Lun, the height of the tree is, no, the height of the tree is AB. Now you can see AB is the vertical tree. In a while, I'll give you some hints. Okay. Okay, so I give you a hint now. The right angle triangle with 45 degrees. I know that's a right angle triangle. That right angle triangle, it's also what kind of triangle? It's also a what kind of triangle? Yes, okay, yes. So it's also an isosceles, and that isosceles helps a lot. Okay, it helps you a lot. Okay, because some student they don't know that's isosceles, that's why they might put x and y as your BC x, then BAY. But if let's say you know that's isosceles, you put x and x. Okay, now come continue. You have answer, you type it to me. 又叫一个 Okay, so everyone, yeah, this question 3, right? I'll be solving it using one unknown. Oh, isosceles as in this one. Because that's a 45, can you see that? One of the students asked, where's the isosceles? Okay, you notice your ABC? ABC is a right angle triangle, correct? And this right angle triangle, there is a 45 degrees there. So automatically you have to know that's a 45 degree as well. That's why this thing comes out to be isosceles. Okay, so maybe I give you more time. Okay, you can try it out because one of the students noticed that, oh, it's actually isosceles. So see where they can continue, right? Okay, come. I want you to spend some time in brainstorming. Okay, come up with your own workings. Then I straight away explain it to you. Because if I straight away explain it to you, right, what happened is your thinking point of view becomes my way of point of view. Okay, so no point on, okay, because you have to make sure you can use like different ideas that you learned before to try it out. Maybe my way is not the only way. You have other ways which is more creative. Very good. So that's why I give you more time. For any of the Form 2 students that I invite you all here, right? Are you okay? Can you follow? You let me know. Okay, you can follow not Form 2 students. Okay, good. You treat it as an extra knowledge, okay? So try not to use it in your exam yet, because this thing happens in your Form 3. Okay, I invite you here so that you can have more like point of view in mathematics. Okay. Now, so everyone, okay, let me solve this question with you now. Because of isosceles, I assume that you read already, so I'm not reading it. So we notice that AB is the 3. So we are solving AB's length. So since ABC, it shows an isosceles as well, so I will treat this as x and x. And why did I write SE on top? I mean, as in the other tutor that prepared these notes, right? This tutor used SE, okay? So this tutor used XY instead of XX, okay? So I use double X because it shows isosceles as well, okay? So what I do is, you notice this thing. there is two right angle triangle, correct or not? So I draw the two right angle triangles out. So there's one big right angle triangle over here where it shows 6 plus x. There's an x here and there's a 27 degrees. And of course, I label all the alphabets for me, okay, so easier for me to explain to you. And of course, we have another one, isosceles, and this one kind of useless one. Do you know why? Okay, do you notice if I put it over here, right? The x and x is the same thing. So even if I purposely put it into sine cos tan, you see, by using the given x and x, although they are unknowns, but they are informations that we write down. So I just try to fit it inside. You know the answer is 1. The answer is 1. Tangent 45, because the x over here is the opposite. The x over here, it shows 8. So x over x, do you notice your tangent 45 is the 1? So basically no point, right? No point. So this one is like, yeah. Write it for what? Right? Not? So we go back to ADB. So when we go back to ADB, the two informations that you get, it shows x and 6 plus x. So can you tell me what I will use? It's a very obvious one. AD, I didn't write any information, right? AB, it shows unknown, but I will treat it as an information because I want to find that. Okay? DB is another information, but with x inside as well. So I will use tangent 27 degrees equals to opposite over hypotenuse. And right after I write this down, okay, now before that, are you okay with the explanation? Okay, because I'm scared you might stuck here. If let's say you're stuck here, let me know. Okay, so let me continue. Okay, so I'll give you some time to reply. Okay, so I will further up my explanation now. Of course, I know my tangent 27 degrees. It's a very long decimal point. So too bad, too sad. I will try to write as much as possible, but not too much. Okay, so not too much as in the decimal point. So divide, you move it over here. The paksa, I have to press my tangent 27 really. So tangent 27, it shows 0.509525449. Whoa, Lord. Just 4 decimal point. Okay, you write as much as possible, but not too much because it will be very hard to write. Okay, so 0.5095 okay, bracket 6 plus x equals to x. Okay, this one, you understand what I'm writing or not? Tangent 27 degrees is this answer, and the divide, I move it over here and times it. Instead of having a whole number, I write a lot of decimal point due to the tangent 27 degrees. So I believe this kind of question you didn't come across to it before. That's why it's kind of like a bit weird for students, but now you know you can actually do this way. Okay, I'm giving you different point of view, so that you sort of like open up, okay, you have more different type of like ideas to solve your mathematics. Okay, now you multiply each other, okay, you see you have 6 plus x, you cannot plus it, then you multiply the 0 point something inside. Okay, so anyhow, okay, you see what I do? I'm still using the longest decimal point to multiply, okay, so I multiply with 6 there, right? 4 decimal points, plus with 0.5095, x equals to x. Okay, so move this over and minus it. Hey, by the way, what is x? X means 1x. X means 1x. Okay, x means 1x. Be careful. So I will straight away minus it, So everyone, 1x minus 0.5095. So 1 minus 0.5095. I will get 0.4905x. Okay, now what is your x answer? Can you type it for me? Okay, I already write up to the final answer there already. So what's your x answer? And x shows the AB, right? So AB is actually your three answer. Yes, okay. So you will take 3.572 divide by 0.4905. Your answer comes out. I typed wrongly, sorry. Okay, so 3.0572 divide by 0.4905. 0.4905, just I typed wrongly here, your answer comes out x equals to 6.23 meters. That's why I say, how the 0.490 comes? Okay, let me show you. Can you see there's a plus 0.5095x? I move it over here, it becomes x minus 0.5095. And then I will take 1x minus 0.5095. Okay, this is the part where students, they will get like, oh, what's that? Okay, so let me show you. Okay, sorry, one more time. I make it smaller, so probably I add another extra workings by the side. So that's the one, you see? 3.0572 equals to x minus 0.5095x. Then this is 1x. That's the workings. Kai, you okay or not? You get what I mean on how to get the 0.4905? Okay. Jawi, which part you need me to further explain more? Let me know. You type it to me. If you don't get it, let me know which part you need me to explain. I explain it now before I go into the next one. Okay. Funke, the reason is because if let's say you write everything right, it will be too long. So that's why I put as much as possible. That's why I put 4. Okay, how to get the 0.5095? You press tangent 27, then you get it already. Then after I press it, I get a lot of decimal point, right? Then I round off to 4. Because the paksa we have to put 4. Because suppose we have to put the longest one, right? But that will be too much already. So I put 4 decimal point. Okay, did I answer your question? Okay, cool. Okay, now, Jawi, any question you want to ask me before I move to the next one? I have another question to solve it with you, and another question where I want you to snap a picture and do it and send it to me. Okay. Let me see. Why cannot use sign? Why cannot use sign? Because AD is not relevant to us. That's why I didn't use any formula that are relevant to H. That's the reason why I didn't do that. Suppose the class is 6. So I'll probably take another 5 minutes like this. Okay, let me see. Yes, Sir Feng. If let's say we didn't use long decimal point, your answer won't be that accurate. That's why we try to hit more decimal point now. Okay. Okay, let me answer another question. Another student, Zahao, why x is 1x? Zahao, in your algebraic expression, a means 1a. So x equals to 1x. That's the reason. Okay, this one understand? Okay, you get it? Okay, so if you're okay, let me know. Zahao. Okay, so another student's question. Another student says that why not 0.4905 divide by 3. Reason. Okay, let me show you this. You are talking about this side, I know. This one, right? Because we want to get the x. So to get the x, you see, let me show you. You have to get your multiply, bring it over there to divide. That's why we have to get 3.0572 divided by 0.4905. That's the reason. Understand? Did I answer your question? Let me know if I didn't answer, or maybe I answered your question. Okay, cool. So another student asked me, how do we get 6.73? Where's 6.73? That's 6.23, not 73, 6.23. 6.23. Maybe my writing a bit bad. 6.23. Okay. Zhehao. Yes, x is an unknown, it can be anything, right? But x itself, it means 1x. X itself means 1x. Okay, now how you answer me this. What is a minus 3a? What is a minus 3a? Then how you answer me this? Yes, correct. Correct. So what is a minus 0.5095a? You get what I mean? Okay, got it. Okay, so make sure our students ask me questions. I can help you in solving it. Okay, so ask me a question. It's a very important thing. I would love you to spam me with questions. Okay, now for another Xin. Okay, let me see page 7. I see whether I stuck there or not. Whether I'm doing that or not. Page 7, question 9. Hey, this is the one that I want to solve now. Okay, now everyone, now our final question, then I will give you one question that I want you to snap it down, as in you screenshot or snap down, and you solve it and send a picture to me. Okay, you send through Instagram, send it to my WhatsApp, send it through my WhatsApp also can. Okay, so I'll just put it over here first. Okay, that's my number. Okay, 7670, and that's my Instagram. Okay, so you can send it to me later. Okay, not this question. Okay, another question that I want to show you now. Later. Okay, this question, because we have limited time, I will straight away tell you what we have to do to solve it. Okay, number 1. Diagram shows a quadrilateral EFGH. Find the length in cm of EF. Okay, everyone, this is what you need to solve. Okay, EF. And now, I remember just now there is a student asking me this. He said that, teacher, trigonometry, can we solve it in other type of shapes? The answer is yes, but you need to forcefully convert it into right angle triangle. Okay, for this case, it's a very obvious quadrilateral, right? Okay, it's like irregular. So in order to solve your EF, what you need to do? What you need to do? You have to draw extra lines. Okay, you have to draw extra lines. So can everyone try it now? As in, you tell me your extra lines start from which point? It depends on you. You want to draw 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. How many lines is up to you. Okay, so how you will draw it? Okay, you type your creative answer. Okay, so in a while I will show you how I draw it. Okay, you need to spend some time reading it. Okay, no point I give you the answer. Okay, so I hope this particular trigonometry class did help you in getting more understanding on trigonometry. Okay, if let's say it doesn't, you have to let me know so I can improve more on explaining to students. Okay, so let me reveal on what I will do. Wow, there's a student write it very detailed there. From E to G, then draw another line from F to the first line. Nani? Okay, why not I show you how I draw. Number 1, I will start from F and I will draw directly down and form a right angle triangle. And once I form a right angle triangle, the other side is not a right angle triangle. I will take the E, form another right angle triangle. Got it? And why do I do this? Because, do you notice this triangle is a what? Can you tell me what you see? Because previous class, right, there's one student, Pro. He answered me this. I don't tell you first. You tell me. Okay, I ask you again. Can you see the arrow that I pointed to you? I pointed to you. that particular right angle triangle over here can be a what? You can see it as a what kind of shape? It's partial of a what? Maybe I give you this word. It's partial of a what? It's partial of a what shape? Painting very near. Very near. Okay? Ari very near. Vision very near. Is partial of a what? Rectangle? Nope. Painting very near. Enchi very near? Nope. Is partial of an equilateral, everybody. Do you know why is it a partial of an equilateral? Because there is a 60 degree. There is a 60 degree. So if I take this out, right? If I take this out, okay, you see, this is 30 cm, you know. Ooh, that's a 60 degree. Imagine if from the top itself you go down, right? Do you notice if let's say that's a 60, in the end, these two parts will be the same. And this will be 60 and 60 as well. So it means you can straight away use common sense and tell me that's a 30 degrees and that's a 15 cm. So it means you know this is 15 cm and you know that's a 30 degree and the remainder here is 75 degrees. Can you see I'm giving you different point of view? Okay, you need so many different point of view to solve mathematics. Don't solve it using like one type of like formula only. No point. That's how you think about, it's in how you explore your HOTS questions. Okay, now, so yes, equilateral means same angle, 60, 60, and 60. Okay, now, so I explain one more time, see here. Now, so the right angle triangle that you see, right, is actually partial of a equilateral. Okay, but if, now be careful, if any of you says that, teacher, I cannot link leh. Okay, if let's say in a particular exam, right? Okay, if you come out this thing, I don't know that's a equilateral, then how? Then you solve using the normal trigonometry lah. You can do it as well. It's just that I'm giving you different point of view so that you sort of like open up your minds and you can think in another way. Okay, you can use trigonometry and continue on. Okay, yes, Jawan, you're right. Now, so now, since we have our 15 here, it means over here is 25 cm and the one on top is 25 cm as well. And now you can solve the EF already because you have 25 cm and 75 degrees. Okay, this question, I'm not continuing it. I will tell you what's the answer and you see whether you can get the answer or not. The answer is 25.8, no, 3 decimal point, right? 3 decimal point. Now let me type it for you first. Okay. The answer is, wait, the answer is this. Remember, 3 decimal point, 25.882. Okay, 82, you have to round off. Okay, round off 25.882, 3 decimal place. Okay, 3 decimal places. Okay, now, so everyone, the upper part of the question, I didn't do it because those are basics. So for students that you are not so well in your sine cos tan, but you know a bit of it, right? Please do the what's called the repeated question and try to master the workings. Okay, and now I'll give you one extra questions where this will further opens up your mind in you can link so many chapters together in your sine cos tan one, you know. Okay, so our final question for you to try up later yourself. Okay, I won't be explaining it. You send it to my WhatsApp or maybe Instagram. Okay, so this is the question that I want to show you. Okay, this is the one. Question 16. Okay, question 16 here. It's not in your book. Okay, it's a separate one. Okay, I purposely didn't put it inside because it's a bit too hard already. It's not your PT3 level. I treat it as a question to open up your mind. Okay, treat it as a very, very hard HOTS question. But quite a big number of students can do it just now, you know. They already sent me answers. Okay, even Form 2 students, they can do it. Okay, so I put it over here. You can try it yourself. So my hint to you is you need to solve using 2 unknowns. Okay, after you get it, you send it to my Instagram or WhatsApp. Okay, so I put it over here. At Liang, okay, J's mathematics. Okay, Instagram, or maybe 017-381-7670. So you snap a picture and you try it. Question 16. Okay, question 16, and it will tell you what's the answer. Okay, the answer is very China, very China. Then you will know what's the answer already. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, NG laugh means you know the answer already. The answer very China one. Yes. Somebody got it already. So basically, you know what's the answer already. Okay. So you try it and you send it to me. I don't want to tell you. You send to me, then I tell you. Okay. So everyone, bye bye. But if you need further explanation, I'll stay here for like a while. Okay. In a while, I'll go and makan already. I haven't makan yet. Okay. So any question you want to ask me? Okay, come. Lai. Ayo, Kit Lun, try first lah. Bye. Wow, somebody purposely put the answer there some more. Oh, feel. Wait me for a while. Okay, in a while I'll go back to that. Okay.
Teacher.
Yes.
I want to ask. I cannot just calculate the last the
讲华语。
刚刚就是不能算得上一题，刚刚你讲的那个30度，应该105度要减30度，那30度我算不出来啊。
哦，我用英文讲啊 ，because that's that。你看到？Can you see this equilateral? You know the right angle triangle partial of the equilateral, right? 这个你懂啊？意思是Nicholas, this question 16 is not in the book. It's an extra question that I want you to snap a picture and then you can do it. You snap a picture, everyone. Okay, it's not in the book. Okay. Now, so Jia Wei, 我解释一下你的 part 先啊。Okay, for your part, right? Just now the previous question, do you know the right angle triangle that I draw just now with a 60-degree and a 30 cm is actually partial of an equilateral. 这个你懂吗？
partial
就是它是一个 equilateral 的一半。
这个懂。
懂啊？就是因为它是一半哦，所以它这个就是30度啊。因为它本来上面是60的嘛。
懂了。
Got it。
知道，谢谢老师。
OK 啊 ，fantastic。OK， Yo， what's your question？
梁 J，
一下子我打一下 Yo 先啊。OK， 3.0572 plus 0.x。how to get the x? Wait, let me take this away for a while. Everyone, you snap the picture already? If you snap a picture already, I will take it away. I want to explain another question. Okay? Or if you need this question, you can WhatsApp me as well. I can send the question to you also. Okay? So I take this away for a while. I go back to the question and explain to Fio. Okay, this one, where is it? That's the one. Okay. Now, so let me show you. Wait, wait, not this one. Sorry, the other one. Sorry. Okay, that's the one here. Okay, how to get the x? As in, you're talking about this x or the x final answer? Or the final answer. Okay, so to get the x finals, okay, let me ask first up. You know this one plus 0.5095, you move it over there, you have to minus it, right? This one you understand? Okay, good. And after you minus it, you get this 0.4905. And suppose you want to get the x answer. And if I were to write another extra workings, right? Suppose you have to write 0.4905x equals to 3.0572. So after I put it into this format, then you know what to divide already. X equals to 3.0572 over 0.4905. Then you will be able to get the 6.23. This one understand? Oh, okay. So everybody, okay, no problem. Okay, anyone? Questions? No problem, welcome. Any questions? Come.讲。
哇，终于听到我讲话了。
哦，对，我刚才听不到。OK， 来讲。
因为老师那个第16题哦。
哦。
怎样办呢？
喂，你自己来了，我没有我。
没有老师，我连这题我都做不到，你要我怎样做那第16题？
这题我解释了过，你明白没有？
没有，我讲第9。
第9哪一个？可是第9你明白了没有？
它的 working 就这样子吧。
对啊，就是你画线过后，然后你就拿到这个75跟这个25嘛，你就可以做答案了。
嗯，
这 Catholic pass 人的啊。
这个啊。
哦，在
Form 3
KBSM 的 Form 3 Catholic pass 人。
哇。
我这边大多数都是 Catholic pass 的。OK。But 这个你做好过后，我解释吗 ？So the other question 你可以 try 哦，就是你要 brainstorm。the only hint 我可以给你就是 it involve two unknowns。
因为 SE
就是 simultaneous equation involving two unknowns。
有 sin cos tan 怎样会用到 simultaneous？
这个你不是要自己 try 啊？你没有 try 你不知道的吗？对不对？去吧。真的很多人做到，真的。刚才那一班很多人做很多 send 了，把它给我。所以你 just try。OK。OK try。
Form 5什么问题啊？不是？
可是是你们 syllabus 因为这个是旧的 Form 5的 syllabus 的。可以的你要动笔你不要在那边想这个问题要怎样，不要 plan 先，做不了OK try。Okay, let me 我答一下另外一个学生try Okay, teacher, what if there are two angles in a triangle? Oh, you can use any one. You want to use 30 degrees or 60 degrees, up to you. Of course, they have specific opposite and adjacent, so it depends on which one you want. Okay, did I answer your question? You can use either one. You want to use 30, you want to use 60 also can. But you cannot use 90 degrees. Your trigonometry involve acute angles only. That's your level. Okay? Cannot use 90, I remember. But based on what you mentioned to me, you are talking about 30 degrees and 60 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, only 30 and 60, as in for the given triangle here. If let's say you have, for example, I get you a 53 here. Okay? And of course, quite obvious that the remainder will be, let me see, 90 minus 53, this one is 37. So let's say I give you an A, B, and C. Okay? So you want to use 37 to start, or maybe 53 to start, it's up to you. It's up to you. You still get the same answer. Of course, they have their own adjacent opposite. Then you have to make sure you fit the correct one. Got it? Okay? Okay, perfect. So anyone else? Questions come. So utilize my time, okay? So I'm not here to teach you to solve your questions also. So any more questions from the questions that I taught you just now?
老师
Yeah, 这样。
其他题目我不会做，可以问你吗？
啊，可以啊，可是你不要每一个问题都问啊，你当然是每一个问题你 try 我有给你答案的嘛，你要 try 去做啦。啊，你不要没有 attempt，然后你直接问我怎样做，你要 attempt 了 show 我看那个 workings 啊，这样才是对的做法嘛。get 到吗？啊，
讲 spam 你又不会 reply 我。
当然了，你 spam 我废话啊，这我要 reply 你。Okay, if number 16 don't know the 话 can ask 吗 ？Can but of course you try to show me your workings as well. If let's say really cannot then you send to me. Okay?
可是这个 notes 答案准的嘛？
算蛮准的，算蛮准的。可能它的一些小数点，
所以如果算到不一样就错啊。
它有一点点小数点偏差咯，因为这个老师他做的时候他是做 based on 2个小数点的每一个答案可是我教你们的时候是我教你们用最长的小数点做嘛都可以的，都可以的，只是我习惯性的用最长的小数点做罢了所以你一定会有小数点偏差。Okay, so everyone, I'm gonna stop now. So I wanna go and prepare my dinner already. So bye bye.
哇，你煮啊？
Bye bye.